Spider-Man 2 has a lot of amazing villains for the player to face off against. Venom, Sandman, the Lizard, an MJ with a face that looks like it wants to harvest your kidneys while you're sleeping, and a Spider-Man suit that may cause you to see the world the same way Daredevil does.
The truth is, I'm the hero here, not you.
Weak. That's not bad. But this.
But even with all of these standout villains, there is one that separates themselves from the pack. One that I will remember forever. Remember for how awful he is. Kraven the Hunter. Except all he's hunting is a choking fetish, apparently.
I'm sorry, what?
What? I don't know. I should go.
Kraven is pathetic, annoying, and arrogant. And yet I see some people arguing that he's a better villain than Venom in this game. But those same people probably think this suit is amazing as well. So they're a lost cause anyway. But for those who are willing to hear me out, allow me to explain why Cancer Boy here deserves all the hate you can throw at him. So let's light this fire and start by talking about his kills, because that seems to be what makes him so dangerous and powerful to people. First up is Scorpion, a Spider-Man villain that I've always found super underrated and wished would get a spotlight in a live-action movie. I thought he was amazing as the Scarecrow type villain of Spider-Man 1. And when he showed up in Spider-Man 2, I thought my underrated child was gonna get more time to shine. And then the cancer patient killed him. So I guess he's gonna have to shine 6 feet under the ground in a casket. Now, some people see this scene and think, wow, Kraven is so badass and dangerous. Look at how easily he killed Scorpion. But those people are as stupid as Kraven, because there's nothing impressive happening here. All Kraven did was have his people do a lot of research on Kraven for him, capture him for him since he was too busy grabbing the easy target, bought the super rare and expensive plant that acts as a neutralizer to Scorpion's poison, used steroids before his fight against him, set up the arena to fight him in, and then killed Mac Gargan. In other words, he prep timed him and then gloated about it. Now, Batman also prep times people with endless money and resources, but at least he doesn't cheat and use steroids before his fights. And he definitely doesn't capture them just to model out them to death before he kills them. But not Kraven. That man is popping pills harder than Harry. Kraven is like Arkham Bane, but at least Bane was smart before and didn't give bad evil monologues. And on top of all this, like I said before, Kraven's paying to win his fights. Poor Scorpion has no money or resources to match the pay whale that is Kraven, and sadly dies because of it.
Is this the best you can do? He said you were a killer. Imagine my disappointment.
This day extracts a heavy toll.
Spider-Man villain on Spider-Man villain violence. You hate to see it. Future Sinister Sixes will surely suffer from Kraven murdering his own kind.
What kind of animal are you? Do you like attacking your own kind?
But Kraven is just getting started, because he then goes on to prep time steroid kill Shocker, and does a podcast on it. What a fucking loser. We're supposed to be scared of this guy? And the worst part about all this is that by killing Shocker, Kraven has committed the ultimate sin by denying us what would have been the greatest moment in gaming ever.
We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close.
They stole it from me, Carmine! They took it! That was today! Today!
And then, to follow up on this terrible choice, Kraven goes on to murder Electro off-screen, which is complete bullshit, since Electro is super powerful in this universe, and yet we're supposed to believe this idiot killed him with ease. You're trash, Insomniac, if you expect me to believe that. And to top it all off, Kraven does a podcast episode on how he easily destroyed Electro as well. My heart can only take so much pain from the disrespect being served to some of my favorite Spider-Man villains right now.
Today I lost more than you can know. But now is no time to mourn.
Because there's still so much left to cover, such as death number 4, the Vulture, the final kill, the fight which Kraven says was of great difficulty to complete. Far more difficult than Scorpion and Electro by the sound of it. Which is fucking ridiculous, because Vulture is around 100 years old and either has cancer or is recovering from it. The Hunters probably had to roll him in his suit out on a wheelchair to fight Kraven. And yet, Kraven still couldn't beat him with ease. Sergey, you are fucking pathetic, man. You couldn't even take down a lifeless corpse without a struggle. Even with all your cheat codes, prep time, and resources, the Elder with high-level spine cancer nearly beat your ass. No wonder your family hates you. They see you for who you really are like I do. Even I could have beaten the Vulture in that state more easily than Kraven. And I have the build of a glass cannon minus the cannon. Punch me, I'd bleed. More like punch me, I'd die. But moving on from his kills, let's dig deeper into what makes Kraven a gigantic loser by talking about who he didn't fight. So, hypothetically, if there was a battle to the death between Team A and Team B, who would you predict would win? Team B, obviously. A non-symbiote Peter was able to 2v1 Electro and Vulture, and yet, even though he had the symbiote to boost his power level, Miles was still able to beat him, showing just how strong he is. Therefore, he could probably beat 2 of these villains in a 2v1 at the very least, but he may even be able to 4v1 them. And if he can't do it alone, he's got the powerhouse that is Mr. Negative, who I think was arguably the strongest member of the Sinister Six in the first game. So, with Kraven seeking the toughest combatants to face in a duel to the death, you'd imagine he would choose to face the stronger opponents in Martin Lee and Miles. But you'd be wrong. Very wrong. Because Kraven is not seeking the strongest fighters. He's seeking the strongest white fighters. So on top of being a cheater, a monologuer, a shitty dad and husband, and a bad podcaster, Kraven is also a racist. He'll fight the white cancer patient who's at death's door, but not the powerful Asian demon man. He won't face the electric Spider-Man because he's got the exaggerated swagger of a black teen, but he will face the white disabled Make-A-Wish kid with the exaggerated power of a walking stick. Hell, Prowler is right there to be kidnapped and fought with, but Kraven never does it, and now we know why. But hey, depending on how you view it, a minority did kill Kraven. It's just that they came from space.
Take cover! Yeah! Someone give me a real fight! It's a fight you want? You got one. Thank you.
But if you're still not convinced that Kraven is a loser with an empty void of nothingness for a brain, then consider this. Kraven is doing his last hunt because he's dying from leukemia. He thinks his disease is incurable, so he wants to go out with a bang against a worthy opponent. Therefore, if he found a cure, would he take it? Probably, right? So, hear me out here. Kraven tracks Spider-Man back to his house. He does some quick research and is able to determine that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Also, he knows that Spider-Man and Harry Osborn were at the Emily May Foundation together when his people attacked them, which would imply that they're close, and that Harry likely has information on the symbiote. So, from there, all Kraven has to do is kidnap the cripple and make him talk about the symbiote. Through the interrogation, he finds out that the symbiote can cure all diseases and make you stronger. Then, he can go and fight Peter for the symbiote, since victory means he survives as a stronger hunter than he's ever been, and losing means he gets his warrior death. But he doesn't do that because even when it comes to prep time and mashing his 2 brain cells together to make a plan, he fails at it spectacularly. What a fucking moron. If you really want to know why Spider-Man 2 didn't win any awards at the Game Awards this year, look no further than this man right here. The live-action Kraven couldn't even be this bad, since he's likely gonna kick ass, eat people, and then get shot a lot and die, all while being infused with lion DNA that was drooled on him or something. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. But what I do know is that while things may seem dire now in this Spider-Man universe, thanks to Kraven, it's important to remember that we can only go up from here in the villain department, with Doc Ock and Green Goblin in the next game. And with that being said, that's it for this video. But I'm not done with Spider-Man 2 just yet. I still have a target or 2 left to take on, and one of them should be getting the spotlight in about a week, so we better start praying that I go easy on him.
Someone's watching us, Kimia.